against women. Rumbles in Karnataka Congress as leadership change buzz grow. G. Parmeshwara admits that there's a rift within the Congress party. Meanwhile, Karnataka Congress's caretaker for the state, Randeep Surjewala, rushes for damage control amid MLA's dissent, alleging corruption in the state unit. At least 4 people, including a 72-year-old woman, shot dead by unidentified gunmen near Mongjang village in Manipur's Churachandpur. Monsoon fury across India. The IMD warns of heavy rain. Red alerts that have been now issued for 8 flood-hit states. Himachal and Uttarakhand face landslides. Jharkhand, Odisha brace for extremely heavy downpours. "12 people killed and several injured in a suspected explosion that took place at Segachi Chemicals plant in Telangana." Indigo flight from Puducherry to Bengaluru halted on the runway due to a technical glitch during taxiing. The flight safely stopped and later was cancelled as a precaution. In a major reform boosting ease of doing business, the MHA now exempts hotels, pools and auditoriums from Delhi police licensing. Europe battles extreme heat and wildfires as temperatures cross 40 degrees Celsius in major cities. France, Spain, Italy and the Balkans face scorching weather, raising climate concerns. Firefighters battled the wildfires in Turkey and France as heat waves swept over, forcing over 50,000 evacuations in Turkey alone. Health alerts have also been issued for France, Spain, Italy, Germany, even the Netherlands. And well, our top focus this news week. The 4-member fact-finding committee of the BJP that reached South Kolkata's Kasba Law College, well, they tried to assess the law and order situation in West Bengal following the gang rape of a law student at South Calcutta Law College on the 25th of June. Many are saying, is this the RG Kaur rerun? Now, the committee comprised a former union minister and ex-police officer. You've got Satyapal Singh, Meenakshi Lekhi, former union minister. You've got Biplab Kumar Deb, member of Lok Sabha, and Manan Kumar Mishra, who's a Rajya Sabha member. And this committee, the committee's members spoke to all the stakeholders and tried to meet the family members of the victims. And they had earlier urged Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee to allow their team to visit all the places. After visiting the Kasba Law College, this BJP fact-finding committee held a press conference. Here's Satyapal Singh on your screens.
इस राज्य की मुख्यमंत्री एक महिला हो, उस राज्य के अंदर महिलाओं के ऊपर, हमारी बेटियों को इतना अत्याचार हो, इतने अपराध हो, बेटी किसी की भी हो, इसमें कोई राजनीतिकरण नहीं है। हम यहाँ कोई केस का राजनीतिकरण करने नहीं आए हैं। इसमें कोई राजनीति, कोई पार्टी नहीं है। और बेटी सबकी बेटी है, कलकत्ता की बेटी पूरे भारत की बेटी है। और इसलिए हम लोग ये चाहते हैं कि इस केस के अंदर जहां तक है और कठोरतम सजा हो और परिवार को न्याय मिले। और महिलाएं यहाँ पर केवल एक वोट बैंक नहीं है, महिला केवल एक स्टैटिस्टिक्स नहीं है, महिला केवल राजनीतिक ढाल नहीं बनना चाहिए। वे सम्मान की पात्र हैं, वो सुरक्षा की पात्र हैं, उनको सब कुछ मिलना चाहिए। इतना कहकर मैं
Earlier, hitting out at the track record of the members of this fact-finding committee, TMC leader Shashi Panja accused the BJP of defending rapists like Kartik Maharaj.
सच्चाई ये है कि कलकत्ता पुलिस 12 घंटे जब गुजरे कि वो कंप्लेंट आया, आरोप आया, उन आरोपियों को पकड़ा, 3 लोगों को पकड़ा और उनको पुलिस ने कस्टडी में लिया। जांच पड़ताल शुरू हुई समय अनुसार और जो पीड़िता है उसकी स्टेटमेंट भी रिकॉर्ड की गई। इन लोगों से मोबाइल वगैरह उठवा लिया गया। उसके बाद जो गार्ड है उसको भी अरेस्ट किया गया और इसी दौरान 9 मेंबर कोलकाता पुलिस के पुलिस आधिकारिक को लेके 9 मेंबरों का भी टीम शुरू हुआ है, जिसको कहते हैं स्पेशल इन्वेस्टिगेशन टीम, और ये टीम कर रही है। यही असली सच्चाई है। बिप्लब देव, मनन मिश्रा, सत्यपाल सिंह और मीनाक्षी लेखी, इनकी सच्चाई क्या है? हाँ, ये ठीक है कि एक 5 स्टार होटल में रहेंगे, अच्छा खा पी के यहाँ के गाड़ी वाड़ी लेके ये लोग आएंगे जगह, लेकिन सच्चाई क्या है बिप्लब देव के? आप तो रह चुके हैं बिप्लब देव, आपके राज्य में त्रिपुरा में आप मुख्यमंत्री थे। आपके शासन कालों में प्रेस की आजादी पूरे शून्य थी। प्रेस के लोगों पे हमला होता था, रिपोर्टरों पे हमला होता था, खून तक भी होता था। इस तरीके के खून और बलात्कार होते थे, आप कुछ नहीं करते थे। कौन? बिप्लब देव। मनन मिश्रा का कहना यह है कि अगर कोई भी पीड़िता आके, ये पहले बोल चुके हैं, पीड़िता आके बोलेगी कि मेरे ऊपर यौन अत्याचार हुआ है, उसके उस कंप्लेंट को, उस आरोप को कोई फेस वैल्यू में नहीं लेना चाहिए। ये इनकी सोच है। सत्यपाल सिंह हाथरस जब कांड वो हुआ था, बलात्कार हुई थी, मृत्यु हुई, तब वो कहते हैं कि पुलिस इसमें क्या करेगा, राज्य सरकार इसमें क्या कर सकता है एक बलात्कार की घटना में। ये सत्यपाल सिंह अब पश्चिम बंगाल में आए, यही इन लोग का ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड है। मीनाक्षी लेखी एक समय सांसद हो चुकी उन्होंने कहा था संसद में खड़े होके विपक्ष के दल के एक सांसद को कि आप चुप रहिए, बैठ जाइए, नहीं तो ईडी सीबीआई भेजेंगे। ये लोग प्रतिनिधि हैं भाजपा के जो अभी आए हैं।
Meanwhile, police sources reveal that more than 7.5 hours of CCTV footage from the college's external gate and premises have been collected and meticulously examined. All 4 arrested were visible in the CCTV footage obtained by the police from the day of the alleged rape, confirming their presence at the scene as per the police. Meanwhile, leader of opposition in the state assembly, Suvendu Adhikari, along with scores of BJP workers, staged a protest in Kolkata over the weekend as well, condemning the heinous act. The BJP intensified its attack on the ruling Trinamool Congress, and what's more is that the Congress party also got down to the streets towards the latter half of today to protest against the TMC government. Well, now moving on, 4 people, including a 72-year-old woman, have been shot dead by unidentified gunmen in the Churachandpur district. The ambush took place around 2 p.m. near Mongjang village, just 7 kilometers from Churachandpur town. And the victims were reportedly traveling in a car when they were attacked at gunpoint at point-blank range. Police sources have also confirmed that over a dozen empty cartridges, take a look at some of those bullet holes that you can see on the car as well. Police sources have confirmed over a dozen empty cartridges recovered from the shooting site. In a statement, the United Kuki Liberation Army has now claimed responsibility for this attack, according to reputed wires. And the region has seen sporadic violence over the past year due to ethnic tensions. Churachandpur again on edge. Security forces were quickly rushed to the area, and a probe is underway to determine the motive behind those killings as well. Visuals on your screens as about more than a dozen cartridges that were recovered from the shooting spot. And those are some of the shots of the car, the bullet-ridden door of this vehicle, and of course the person who can be seen clearly shot from point-blank range. Well, moving on, there was chaos in Odisha's capital Bhubaneswar today. We'll tell you why. Traffic came to a standstill on Janpath as angry corporators and civic workers hit the streets protesting the brutal assault of senior municipal officials. That's the video that you can see on your screens. The victim, Ratnakar Sahu, additional commissioner at the Bhubaneswar Municipal Corporation, was allegedly beaten inside his own office by men now being linked to the BJP. The incident has triggered massive outrage both inside and outside government, with former Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik demanding strict action against those responsible. What you just saw was no political drama, but a chilling real-life attack on a government officers. Sahu, a senior OAS officer, says he was dragged out of his office, assaulted in public view and forced to apologize to a local BJP leader, all while surrounded by witnesses. And he suffered injuries and trauma, and his phone was even hacked to upload defamatory content. Naveen Patnaik called it a breakdown of law and order in the heart of Odisha's capital. Whilst police have detained several protesters and FIRs have been filed, the big question remains, will political pressure block justice for the officer, or will this become a turning point in Odisha's accountability framework? We've got some reactions coming in. Listen in.
इन्वेस्टिगेशन जो कर रहे हैं उन लोग देख रहे हैं कौन कौन इन्वॉल्व है, किसी का ऊपर क्या एविडेंस है, उन लोग इस हिसाब से करेंगे।
क्या आप एश्योरेंस दें जिसके लिए
नहीं, आप सुनिए, जो हुआ है हम लोग पूरा उस पर एक्शन होगा, जो लीगली पॉसिबल पूरा होगा।
One of the senior OS officer has been beaten brutally by the BJP, Bharatiya Janata Party, hooligans, goons, miscreants at the behest of some senior leaders. You see, under the nose of the State Secretariat, that is Lok Sabha Bhavan, if this thing happens, it means there is no law and order situation, and the deteriorating law and order situation day by day due to the political patronage of this government. And since last 1 year we have been witnessing that the miscreants, they are attacking the people, they are attacking the opposite people, and when opposition people are going to the police station, they have been sent to the jail, and the miscreants goons have been caught free by the police.
Moving on, in a major development following the shocking deaths of the 5 tigers in Karnataka's Malai Mahadeshwara Wildlife Sanctuary, disciplinary action has now been taken against 3 forest officials. The Karnataka government has sent 3 officers on compulsory leave for alleged negligence. The officials include Chakrapani, who's the deputy conservator of the forest of the Hills division. You've got Gajanan Hegde, who's the assistant conservator of forest, Hannur Wildlife Subdivision, and Madesh, the deputy range forest officer. What's more is that this action comes after 5 tigers and the tiger carcasses were found just 100 meters from a road and 800 meters from a patrolling post, raising serious questions about monitoring and vigilance. Despite such proximity, the deaths went unnoticed for about 2 full days. Initial investigations indicated possible poisoning, though officials remained tight-lipped earlier on. The forest department sources now suspect foul play, whilst conservationists and wildlife activists, they're demanding stricter action and transparency in this probe. Moving on, a major reform in the capital to boost business ease. The Ministry of Home Affairs, under the direction of Union Home Minister Amit Shah, has officially notified a landmark order issued by the Delhi LG V.K. Saxena. Let's tell you all about it. Effective immediately, swimming pools, eating houses, hotels, motels, guest houses, discotheques, video game parlors, amusement parks, the list is long. We're talking about auditoriums, the hospitality and the recreation sector will no longer require licenses from the Delhi police. And this is being hailed as a historic move that ends a decades-old licensing regime dating back to the 1980s, a decision that came after Chief Minister Rekha Gupta's request to the Prime Minister and the Home Minister. Officials say that this will cut red tape, reduce harassment and promote ease of doing business in line with PM Modi's governance vision. Meanwhile, in a setback to the Telangana BJP, Gosha Mahal MLA T. Raja Singh quit the party, expressing strong disappointment over media reports that Ramachandra Rao is set to be appointed as the state BJP president. And Ramachandra Rao, a criminal lawyer and a veteran in Telangana BJP, is known for his long-standing association with the party. And in his resignation letter addressed to Telangana BJP chief G. Kishan Reddy, Raja Singh said that the decision reflects a betrayal of lakhs of Karyakartas who stood by the party through thick and thin. He said that Telangana was ready for BJP to form its first government, but the wrong leadership choice has put that in jeopardy, calling out what he termed as a leadership imposed by individuals running the show from behind the curtain. He alleged that personal interests had prevailed over the party's interests in Telangana. And in his letter, Raja Singh clarified that while he is stepping away from BJP, he is committed to the Hindutva ideology and the service of Dharma remains unchanged for him. Raja Singh also made a direct appeal to the central leadership, including Prime Minister Modi, BJP National President JP Nadda, you've got the Home Minister Amit Shah and Party General Secretary BL Santosh, urging them to reconsider the current leadership situation in Telangana.
देखिए, हम हर बार पार्टी को यहाँ बताते हैं कि तेलंगाना में भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार बन सकती है, लेकिन तेलंगाना में भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार तभी बनेगी जब हर वो कार्यकर्ता, हर वो नेता सही तरह से काम करेगा। आज बूथ लेवल में हर वो कार्यकर्ता पूरी जान लगाकर भारतीय जनता पार्टी के समर्थन में वोट दिलवा रहा है, कार्य कर रहा है। लेकिन जब कोई बड़े पद का जब चयन होने का जब समय आता है, जब तेलंगाना राज्य के प्रेसिडेंट का डिक्लेरेशन का जब समय आता है, तो कम से कम पार्टी यहां नहीं सोचती कि हमें कैसा प्रेसिडेंट बनाना चाहिए। हम बार बार यही बोल रहे थे कि भाई बूथ कार्यकर्ता से लेकर अधिकारी तक चर्चा होनी चाहिए। चर्चा होने के बाद में हमें एक ऐसा प्रेसिडेंट चाहिए जो एग्रेसिव हो। यहाँ तेलंगाना में हिंदू मुस्लिम भाई भाई वाली राजनीति नहीं चलती है, तेलंगाना में सिर्फ हिंदुइज्म चलता है। और जो हिंदुत्व की बात करता है ना, तेलंगाना की जनता उसको सर पर बिठाकर आगे चलती है।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi is all set to embark on a 5-nation tour in July, a significant diplomatic outreach aimed at deepening India's global partnerships across continents. Now, the tour is going to begin with a 2-day visit to Ghana on the 2nd and the 3rd of July, marking Prime Minister Modi's first bilateral trip to the country and the first prime ministerial visit from India to Ghana in over 30 years. During this visit, he's going to be holding talks with the Ghanaian president to strengthen ties in sectors including economy, energy, defense and development, and will also address the parliament in Ghana. The visit also aims to boost India's engagement with the ECOWAS and the African Union. Prime Minister Modi will then travel to Trinidad and Tobago from the 3rd to the 4th of July at the invitation of the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Kamla Persad Bissasser. And this will be the first visit to the Caribbean nation as Prime Minister and the first PM-level bilateral trip since 1999. He's expected to meet both the President and the Prime Minister and address a joint session of the Parliament, underscoring shared cultural and historical bonds. In the third leg, Prime Minister Modi will visit Argentina from July 4th to the 5th for bilateral talks with President Javier Milei. The agenda includes expanding cooperation in defense, agriculture, mining, renewable energy, trade, people-to-people ties needless to speak of, further strengthening the strategic partnership between Argentina and India. And from the 6th to the 7th of July, the Prime Minister will be in Brazil to attend the 17th BRICS Summit in Rio de Janeiro, followed by a state visit. On the sidelines, Prime Minister Modi will also meet President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva in Brasilia to expand bilateral cooperation in trade, defense, energy and technology. And the final stop on the 9th of July will be Namibia, making Prime Minister Modi's first ever visit to the country following repopulation of cheetahs into the Kuno Tiger Reserve. He will be holding talks with President Netumbo Nandi Datiwa, pay tribute to Namibia's founding father, Dr. Sam Nujoma, and address the Namibian Parliament. And well, it's official now. Captain Cool isn't going to be just a nickname anymore. It's a brand. Former Indian captain Mahendra Singh Dhoni has filed for a trademark on his iconic moniker that perfectly encapsulates his calm, calculated leadership both on and off the field. From winning India's first T20 World Cup in 2007 to lifting the ODI World Cup in 2011 and the Champions Trophy in 2013, Dhoni's composed demeanor under pressure made him a cricketing legend and earned him the nickname Captain Cool from fans around the world. And according to the trademark registry, Dhoni's application has now been accepted and published in the official journal on the 16th of this month. He now seeks exclusive rights to use Captain Cool for sporting coaches, training services and training centers. It's a move that not only protects his legacy but also paves the way for the name to become part of a larger branding and mentorship ventures. Your monsoon tracker coming up next, as the IMD has declared that the monsoon has now covered the entire country as reports of flooding, landslides and rain-related incidents are pouring in from several states. In Himachal Pradesh, the Chamba region witnessed relentless downpour, prompting the IMD to issue a red alert across many parts of the state. Tragically, 3 more deaths were reported due to rain-related incidents, pushing the state's monsoon death toll to 20. A multi-storied building collapsed in Shimla in mere seconds. Fortunately, no casualties were reported in this dramatic incident. In the national capital, Delhi, strong winds and rainfall brought respite from the heat. But the weather also uprooted trees. One fell on a car, in Sheikh Sarai in South Delhi. No injuries were reported, fortunately. In Uttar Pradesh, monsoon showers triggered widespread waterlogging, especially in towns like Aligarh and Moradabad, where roads were submerged and residents waded through knee-deep water. In Jammu and Kashmir, gates of Salal and Baglihar dams were opened in Riyasi district as rising waters in the Chenab River posed a flood risk following continuous heavy rains. And then from Jammu and Kashmir, let's also take a look at Uttarakhand. In Uttarakhand, cloudbursts and landslides have triggered chaos. Roads are blocked and rescue efforts are ongoing. Cloudburst swept away a hotel construction site in Uttarkashi. 9 workers went missing. 2 bodies have been recovered only so far. Visuals show stranded vehicles in gushing streams and drivers holding on for their lives. And on the global stage, let's talk about how heat wave has now hit United Kingdom and Europe a slight bit early, and that's for tourists under the sun. They're struggling a lot. Large parts of the European continent, it continues to be gripped by a massive heat wave with temperatures in mid to high 30s and low 40s, and a range of health and environmental alerts that have been issued across the continent. London on your screens, and London parks were beginning to turn brown and inhabitants sweltered as the temperature rose past 30 degrees Celsius, about 10 degrees above the average. The thermometer on one pharmacy in South London posted a temperature as high as 33 degrees, not normal in London. And in the city streets, people were armed with water bottles and fanned themselves to keep cool. The Sky Pool, the only swimming pool in Europe to extend between 2 buildings, appeared packed to capacity as residents of the complex opted for a Sunday afternoon in the water over the weekend. And most unusually, for the city's parks at the end of June, grass was beginning to turn brown due to lack of water. Visitors at Portugal's capital of Lisbon tried to stay away from the scorching sun over the weekend as well, as an early heat wave hit southern Europe. People said that they were seeking shade and drinking plenty of water in Lisbon. And it's been very difficult for them to handle the heat, because in the United Kingdom, which is where most of these tourists originally generate from, there's not generally much heat. In southeast Portugal's town of Moura, temperature rose to 46.6 degrees Celsius over the weekend, setting a new record for June in Portugal, exceeding the previous record of 44.9. Locals and tourists attempted to stay cool during a heat wave in Sevilla as well, as Spain was on cruise for its hottest June on record. After midday, a street thermometer in the capital showed 45 degrees Celsius. Meanwhile, tourists visiting Rome's Colosseum also sweltered under the intense sun as European heat wave hit. In Italy, the heat is expected to intensify and temperatures are forecast to climb above 40 degrees Celsius this week. And it's not just tourists sweltering under the heat. It's raging wildfires that continue to devastate Turkey's Aegean coastal province of Izmir, with firefighters battling the blaze for a second straight day. Fanned by strong winds, the fire has engulfed multiple areas, severely damaging homes and forcing mass evacuations. Several houses that caught fire as flames reached residential zones, reducing them to smoldering ruins. We also got some drone footage. Drone footage from the province shows the scale of destruction. Roofs collapsed, walls charred, and plumes of smoke rising from blackened neighborhoods. Residents were seen in tears, consoling each other amidst the ruins. One rescuer carried an elderly man, whilst another carried his wheelchair up the stairs away from the fire. And according to Forest Minister Ibrahim Yumakli, 4 villages and 3 neighborhoods were evacuated as precaution. 21 people affected by the blaze have been treated and discharged from the hospitals as well. And with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Newscast. Top developments right on the other side. Keep it with Newsman.
This is India's #1 news network, and you're watching News 9. English news as it should be.
पढ़ता है, खेलता है, झूलता उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कर आता है, आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया।